Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and this is your KBO and NPB. Now, I'm a little bit miffed, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Normally, I'm so happy and I'm so cheery, but I've got a little bit of a bone to be picking, and I hope you're going to help me with it. But if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we will notify you and you'll never miss any content again. If you press the link in the description, that will take you over to Jay's articles and he will give you a little bit more meat on the bone or a little bit of a side angle. Please, thumbs up, shows your appreciation for Jay's hard work. And remember, we're live, so you're the second guest. I need your chat because the Baystars played the Giants. The Giants 2-1 up in the sixth. It gets rained off. I'm hearing that some books have taken your money, whereas it should be void. So if you're one of them individuals, then please, and I'm going to put it in the chat, and then I'm going to look into it, and we'll talk about it again on Monday, because that tells me you're with the wrong books if they've took your money, because if you've got an under and over, you've got to be expecting a full game. So obviously you go to sportsbookreview.com. It's got about 10 different books there, but I'm going to be looking in the chat. And we're going to have a good chat about that. And I'm going to take it and send it to the right people. Jay, how are you, mate? It was some good results, but it was a funny old results as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot going this entire week of just strange baseball with big runs, 25-run games, and crazy results. So it's been wild this entire week. But that's what you get with the KBO and the NPB. And we wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Wyverns beating the Heroes. The Heroes were doing so well, especially against the Dinos last week. And then they come up short. The Dinos, they end up in a draw. How often do we see draws?
Yeah, not too often. It's only this is the time where now we're in a pandemic. So there's ties now going after the 12th inning due to the pandemic. And you'll see in the MLB, they're going to add an extra runner in the 10th inning on second base. So there's a lot of different rules now with the new pandemic and the new schedules taking place. So, yeah, a lot more ties. We're not used to seeing ties in baseball like we are in soccer, but whole different story. But at the end of the day, that's baseball, and it's fun with that. So.
Okay, well, Chad Bonnet saying Samsung was banker money. Is that yesterday? Because the team total went over 5.5 as well. So listen, let's crack on. I've had me little bit of downtime. So let's get all bright and breezy. We're going to go into the KBO, and it's the Heroes and Wyverns, 21 runs this morning. Are we expecting the same again, Jay? Or is the market going to be under?
I can say I expect SK Wyverns to ever score 12 runs like that ever again. I think this is the first time they've done it all season long. But, to be fair, their offense has been a lot better recently. They're scoring a lot more runs in the last couple of weeks, and they look a lot better. But, yeah, I don't see Klwoom losing 2 straight games to SK. So I'm going to go with leaning towards Klwoom at -167. I'd also lean towards over 10.5. It won't have 21 runs, but I would assume more towards the teens and the runs. Hanwha on the mound for Klwoom. A 6.87 ERA and a 4.12 FIP. He's been atrocious in the last couple of games. People are now hoping that he returns back to, his normal form. I wouldn't say he's a great pitcher, but his average form for this game against SK. But with SK's hitting, who knows if he'll be able to get back into form or he'll falter again. Going up against Park Jung-hoon, 5.2 ERA and a 4.21 FIP. His whip's a lot lower than Hanwha at 1.47. So this is an interesting matchup for me. I'm staying away. Could be a lot of runs in this game. If you want to look at the over the team total, that's completely fine. But I think Klwoom is probably around 6.5. If you get them at 5.5, that's fair. 6.5, a little too much for me.
Yeah, and the Heroes are a strong outfit. Now, what about the Wiz and the Dinos? 3-3. We don't often see ties in baseball. Bit freaky, but obviously they don't offer the tie. So I guess that's money back, Jay.
Yeah, money back. And we had a parlay with Klwoom. So Klwoom ended up blowing their game and then lost that. It didn't even matter. That was the one loss of the day for me personally. But yeah, this one, Koo Chang-lo on the mound, the best pitcher in the KBO. We've always talked about him as he's one of the better pitchers. Could probably pitch in the MLB if he wanted to in the future. Of course, we know that there were MLB scouts watching him. For this one, I like the NC Dinos at -1.5, but the juice is high at -180. We did the same thing with the Doosan Bears just a couple days ago, and it cashed at -180. minus 1.5 with Chris Flexen on the mound. But let me just get this straight. Chris Flexen, he's now injured, out for at least a month with a fractured foot. So Doosan Bears are in trouble without Flexen. Anyway, back to Kuchang Mo, though. 1.48 ERA and a 2.39 FIP. Best pitcher in the game, going up against Jo Byung-wook. 4.57 ERA and a 5.09 FIP. Byung-wook has allowed at least 3 runs in each start this season. He's only lasted about 5.1 innings in his starts and hasn't been great. So, yeah, we're going with the NC Dinos at minus 1.5, minus 180 on the juice. I'd even look at the Dinos at team total of 6.5. I think that they can figure it out against Byung-wook. If I had to pick, I would say over 10.5. But with Kuchang Mo on the mound, the one time he struggled this season was versus KT, but it was really more his command. It wasn't really KT that was giving him problems. It was just his command, just an off day for him. I think he gets back on track. He'll be fine versus KT in this one. This will be his 3rd time facing KT, so he should be fine in this one. I wouldn't worry. So minus 1.5 for the Dinos.
Yeah, DX Filler says that both KBO draws have come and this season, and Dinos have been involved in the pair of them. Okay, Eagles and the Twins 8-0, and we love it when we go anywhere near the Eagles. Just fade them at minus 1.5.
Yeah, you're gonna absolutely hate me here. I was teasing this on my Twitter. I'm going to make an official play on the Hanwha Eagles at plus 200. The line is absolutely ridiculous for the Hanwha Eagles here. We got Jang Shi-hwan on the mound, who's 1-0 in his last 5 starts. But in those 5 starts, the Eagles have won their last 2, and then they lost the other 3 by 1 run twice and just 2 runs in one game. That was versus the LG Twins earlier in those 5 games. So he's been keeping these games really close. Jang Shi-hwan is his first season with the Hanwha Eagles. He has been really great the last couple of games. And you know what? There's a lot of potential there for the Eagles. The LG Twins, they had these moments where they just kind of falter in the series. I like the Hanwha Eagles here at plus 200. It's an official play. It will be a real freaking play in my official plays. And if you want to play a little bit more safer, you can go with the Hanwha Eagles over team total at 3.5. But yeah, I love the Hanwha Eagles here. They're going to be in the game at plus 200. You got to take a gamble.
Okay, I'm going to ask the people, all of our guests in the chat now, are you on the Hanwha Eagles at plus 200? You're just going to follow Jay blind? Or has anyone seen him in nightclubs and off at night buying whiskey and bourbon at 9 o'clock this morning? Because on this show, we fade the Eagles. And now you're saying we're going to have them at plus 200. Listen, the chat's going to light up. Please, I'll come back. I will mention it. Please, Dan made us fly, Eagles, fly. The whole world's gone crazy. We've only got 3 more days. The Hanwha Eagles, come on, take us out on an absolute high. Now, the Bears and the Tigers, Jay. The Bears get beat 4-2. Doosan, come on. We need you to bounce back.
Yeah, it was an interesting one in the morning. We had Aaron Brooks on the mound for Kia, and he performed really well against the Bears. And impressive outing for a Bears team that's been really good offensively, especially on the road. But this matchup, we have 2 starters they've only started 1 game of the season combined together. Won Jun for Doosan and Ki-hoon for Kia. For Ki-hoon, it's his first start of the season, but he started 16 games last season and was a lot better this season than he was last season. Then Choi Won-jun for Doosan has a 4.76 ERA in 24 games in relief, just 1 start, 4.92 FIP. But he was a lot better last season when he played for the Bears, but he hasn't had nearly as much experience starting as Ki-hoon has. Well, I like the Bears here at minus 139 as an official play. At first, I like the Bears team total at 6.5, but I think I'm going to switch over and just take the Bears to win this game at minus 139. The line is pretty much the same. The Bears are about minus 105, and I'm taking the Bears at around minus 135. But reality is, I don't know if the Bears can really score that many runs in this game. The Tigers have a solid bullpen and a solid, just a solid pitching staff throughout the season for the most part. Ki-hoon, I don't know enough about him to really say, yeah, the Bears are going to smoke him, but the pitching matchup does favor the Bears, so I'm going to go with the Bears on the road to score some runs. Bears minus 135 as an official play.
I just cannot believe the love for the Eagles. And they're even saying, not going to go winless all year. No, but listen, I suppose if you're going to take them, you're going to take them at plus 200. Everyone's like, fly, Eagles, fly. It's like, yeah, I got up and took the Eagles money. Jay, you're going to move this. I reckon they're not going to be plus 200. I reckon they might end up being like plus 150. A lot of people are saying, let's go plus 1.5, plus 2 on the run line. Yeah. So listen. Come on, no, I'm not. I nearly. Come on, it's like, can I get it out? I'm like, come on, the Eagles. That sounds so strange. Now, the Giants and the Lions, Jay, 25 runs these two put on this morning.
Yeah, the Giants games have been really hectic, but so have the Samsung Lions, right? So we've seen a ton of offense on both of these teams. We've also seen brutal pitching from both these teams as of late, but here's the interesting thing now. Ben Lively is returning for Samsung. He's been injured for a while. He's coming back for Samsung. And so is he going to be like Chad Bell coming back and just pitching brutal? Or is he going to come back like Brigham, who came in for Klwoom and pitched a really great game in his first game back? So for me, it's really hard to know how Lively's going to pitch. He pitched really well last season, looked really bad in his first couple of starts before he was injured this season. I like Samsung minus 1.5 at plus 110. But I'm not touching this game. I'd even look at over 10.5. Obviously, both offenses and both pitching have just been over for these two teams. So you can even look at the over on the team totals. Probably more towards Samsung than Latte with Ben Lively on the mound. Lively, he did have a great season last season, but before the injury, he was really bad. Who knows how he'll perform now? That's why I'm staying away.
Okay, I'm loving Alex in the chat. Not Alex, Alex Classic Tips, just another Alex. And he's going big or going home. He's going with KT Wiz and the Eagles in a parlay. Whew, you will be having a nice summer if that one pops. Okay, official plays in the KBO, please, Jay.
So we're going to go with the Hanwha Eagles at plus 200. We'll also look at the Bears at minus 135. And then lastly, we'll look at the NC Dinos minus 1.5 at minus 180.
Excellent. Let's go Pacific Division then. Buffaloes and Hawks. At least the Buffaloes are putting their end of the bargain up. They get beat 9-1 again.
Yeah, we had the SoftBank Hawks in this one to score just 4.5 runs, and they scored 9 runs, and it was an easy NPB win for us. That was the only game that I actually decided to move forward with on the NPB slate because it's getting hard with the NPB teams. But yeah, I like this play for SoftBank at minus 160. It's just a lean for me. I'd even look at under 7 in this matchup. Shooter Ishikawa on the mound for the SoftBank Hawks has a .96 whip in 3 starts this season. Just 7 earned runs, 3 walks, 22 strikeouts. He's been really good. Going up against Daiki Tajima of the Orix Buffaloes, who also has a 2.28 ERA, 16 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 23.2 innings. 4 starts for him and just 6 runs, no home runs. He's been fantastic too. So yeah, I'm staying away from this game. 2 great pitchers on the mound. I'd lean towards under 7 in this matchup, of course. But again, that's a low number. Maybe one offense will do well. SoftBank Hawks have been really good offensively throughout the entire season. So for me, I'd stay under 7. But there's other games on the slate I'd rather take than this one.
Well, I hope when you say you'd rather take some other teams on the slate, it's the Eagles versus the Lions, and the Eagles 10-2. They get beat against the Lions. And if you've told me that the Eagles have just been beat 10-2, I wouldn't have thought you were talking about the Rakuten Eagles.
Yeah, that's it's going to look like both Eagles are going to come on a bounce back performances and get these wins.
Eagles parlay, Jay. Eagles parlay.
Yeah, we're going both Eagles. Excuse me. So, yeah, we're going to take the Rakuten Eagles at minus 145 as an official play. We'll also lean towards under 10 in this matchup. Takahiro Shiomi on the mound, a 6.61 ERA for the Rakuten Eagles, but he's coming off his best performance of the season. Then you got Wataru Matsumoto on the mound for the Shibu Lions. This guy walks 5 batters per 9 innings. He's got a whip above 1.5 for his career. He's already walked 5.3 batters this season in 4 starts, has a 6.64 ERA, also only went through 4 innings last start. So Shiomi's coming off a really good start, coming back where he was really bad to start the season, but he looked really good in his last start. Wataru Matsumoto has just looked poor in all of his starts. So, yeah, I like Rakuten here at minus 145, and I'd even look at under 10 as a lean for this one. But Rakuten will be my official play. We're going to go with Eagles double eagles in this one.
Wow, it's crazy. Well, we like it. We like it. It's starting to warm on me because you've put my Rakuten Eagles in there. Now, the fighters and the Marines, we said yesterday we like the fighters. It was like a minus 105, or you might have got plus 100. And they came up trumps with a 7-4 victory over the Marines. Jay, are we going to go with fighters to win 2 in a row?
Yeah, I think we see another bounce back performance here, going with the Marines at minus 170. And it's an official play for me. I'd even look at the Marines at over on their team total. We have Takayuki Kato on the mound for the Nippon Fighters, has a 6.08 ERA in 4 starts this season, a 2.03 whip. He's 12 strikeouts, 8 walks, 9 earned runs in just 13.1 innings, 19 hits, and 8 walks as well. He's been pretty bad throughout the entire season with a ridiculous whip, going up against the Rakuten Marines, who have Atsuki Chunichi on the mound, a 2.88 ERA, 25 innings pitched, so he went deep in his 4 starts, 24 hits, but 25 strikeouts and just 6 walks, has allowed 8 earned runs, but 4 have been home runs on the season. So, yeah, I like the Marines here. Chunichi's been a lot better than Kato. I think minus 170 is kind of a slap in the face because I think they're giving some value to the Nippon Fighters for winning that game this morning. But yeah, I would say the Marines are a heavy favorite in this one, looking at the pitching matchup.
Okay, and what was the team total you want to go over in?
Yeah, the team total, let's see. We've got the team total at 4.5.
4.5?
So I would go over, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. It looks a bit skinny. Okay, give me your official plays in the Pacific, please.
So we're going to go look at the Rakuten Eagles at minus 145 and the Marines at minus 170.
Excellent. Let's go Central Division now, where we had the Baystars and the Giants, an absolute joke. If you haven't been paid or given your money back, 2-1, ended in the 6th. Let's move on before I get the right old ump.
Yeah, this one, an interesting one again. It's another really close matchup. Angel Sanchez on the mound for the Yomiuri Giants. And Sanchez has not looked nearly as good as he did when he played in the KBO last season. Again, he went 17-5, had an ERA below 3 in the KBO last season. Now he's in the NPB with the Giants and doesn't look too good. 12 strikeouts, 11 walks, 7 earned runs, and 8 runs, 17 hits in 19 innings. A 3.32 ERA, but those walks have been a little sketchy with a 1.47 whip on the season. Going up against Shota Imanaga of the Baystars. Imanaga is a big strikeout guy. He limits walks really well, has a low whip, and 38-35 with a 3.52 career ERA. Right now has the 1.16 whip, 27 strikeouts in 4 starts this season, 8 walks, 8 earned runs, 21 hits. So, yeah, he's been really good, averaging 9.7 strikeouts per 9 innings, 2.9 walks per 9 innings. I lean towards the Baystars at minus 125, but for me, this series is so hard to predict and so hard to figure out. I saw that in the first game. So for me, I'm just staying away from this series. Really, really tough one for me.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, we was going triple dipping yesterday. We were thinking it was just going to be high scoring, run for run. Now the Carp and the Swallows, strange goings on. Because the Carp wins 7-2. No one in the chat, listen, the people in the chat, they like the Carp about as much as I like the Hanwha Eagles, Jay.
Yeah, the Carp have been on and off throughout the entire season, but I'm going to go right back with the Swallows on this one at plus 110 as a lean. I'd even look at over 8.5 in this matchup. The Swallows have Yushiro Ogawa on the mound, a 4.63 ERA, but he's 3-0 on the season in 4 games, so he hasn't lost yet, and he's won 3 of his 4 games. Even though he's pitched like an average pitcher, his whip is a 1.37, which isn't too bad. 17 strikeouts and 5 walks. He has allowed 4 home runs and 12 earned runs with 27 hits in 23.1 innings. So, I mean, that's it. Like I said, he's been an average pitcher, but he's getting wins, which is kind of sketchy and a little weird. But he's getting some run support when he's on the mound. Going up against Hiroki Takoda of the Hiroshima Carp has a 5.54 ERA, 13 innings pitched in 3 starts this season. Has out 8 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks with a whip of 1.77, which is extremely high. So, yeah, I like the Swallows here at plus 110. I think there's value there for sure. But for me, I'm not going to take it. There's nothing that really streams out at me that I want to take this matchup.
Okay, what about the Tigers and the Dragons to wrap us up?
Yeah, this one screams at me that I want to take this matchup. So I like the Hanshin Tigers at minus 1.5 at plus 100 right now the Hanshin Tigers are actually 6-2 at home this season. So we talked about how they had a really poor start to the season when they were on the road. Now they're 6-2 at home, and they're still at home, obviously, against the Chunichi Dragons here. Yukinishi on the mound for Hanshin, a 1.65 ERA in 4 starts this season. He's pitched 27.1 innings, 24 hits, just allowed 5 earned runs, 22 strikeouts, and 6 walks, with a 1.0 or 1.10 whip on the season. Going up against Akiyoshi Katsuno of the Dragons, he's only played in 1 game so far this season. He lasted just 2 innings, allowed 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, and has an ERA of 27. And right now he's averaging 13.5 walks per 9 innings with a whip of 5.5. So Hanshin minus 1.5 at plus 100. Hanshin's offense has been a little bit shaky throughout the entire season, but against Akiyoshi Katsuno, who's got an ERA of 8.35 in 4 starts in the NPB throughout the entire season, 8.35 ERA. I'm going with Hanshin at minus 1.5 to get the job done with one of their better pitchers on the mound.
Look at you, you're absolutely flying. I'm having to call you back. But you're a horse that wants to go faster, Jay. Give me the officials, please, in the Central Division.
We're going to go with the Hanshin Tigers at minus 1.5 at plus 100. And I know everyone wants the banker, so I'll throw the banker out. The banker is going to be the Bears at minus 135. That's the banker for the day.
The Doosan Bears. The Doosan Bears is the banker at minus 135. Now, let me do a little bit of homework. Okay, first of all, we've got 66 watching, only 35 thumbs up. Please put your thumbs up and appreciation to Jay. Now, next Thursday, the MLB is back, and it's massive. And we're going to stop doing the KBO, so our last show will be on Wednesday. Jay's going to be here on Thursday to do MLB, and Donnie, right side, he will be your host. So give them all the support, everything that you've given me. Get yourselves in the chat. He absolutely loves that. So on Thursday next week, 1:30, 1:30 Eastern Time, every day will be your MLB baseball show. So please give them all your support, and I'm sure the winners will be flying in as per usual. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we can notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. And I'll just give you a little tip. Press the link in the description. That'll take you over to Jay's articles, where maybe something that he's not mentioned on the show might just trigger you to bring home some cash. Jay, good luck. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. To everyone in the chat, we don't like the Carp, but all of a sudden we love the Eagles, both of them, the Rakuten and the Hanwha. You take care. Have a great weekend, and thanks for your support.